and welcome to this session on marking, filing, flat square and checking using tri-square. Let us begin with the session.
Let us now look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to identify the appropriate tools, mark the workpiece as per the drawing, file the workpiece to the required size, check the flatness and squareness of the workpiece using a tri-square. Now, let us look at the required tools. First, let us list them out. Steel rule, scribers, dividers, tri-square, Jenny calipers, ball peen hammer, dot punch, bench vise, file, hacksaw frame with blade, surface table, vernier caliper, marking media, parallel blocks, anvil, universal surface gauge. Steel rule. Use the steel rule with accuracy of 0.5 mm to mark and measure. Scriber. The scriber is a tool used to scribe lines. Divider. Divider is used for scribing circles, arcs, and for transferring and stepping off distances. Tri-square. The tri-square is an instrument which is used to check squareness, that is angles of 90 degree, and flatness of a surface. Jenny caliper. Jenny caliper or odd-leg calipers works in a similar way to a compass. One end is set in a fixed location and the other is used to scribe or measure. Calipers. They are indirect measuring instruments used for transferring measurements from a steel rule to a job and vice versa. Ball peen hammer. It is used along with the dot punch to create witness marks. Dot punch. A punch is a tool used to indent or create a witness mark. Bench vise. A bench vise is a work-holding device to hold the workpiece. File. It's a hand tool used to remove fine amounts of material from a workpiece. Hacksaw frame with blade is used along with the blade to cut metals of different sections. Surface table is a flat and plane surface used as a horizontal reference space for dimensional measurement. A vernier caliper is defined as a measuring device that is used for the measurement of linear dimensions. It is also used for the measurement of diameters of round objects with the help of the measuring jaws. Marking media is a substance that is applied on the surface of the metal to distinct the marked line clearly. Parallel blocks are rectangular blocks of metal used to keep the work parallel and for setting workpieces for machining. Anvil is a metalworking tool consisting of a large block of metal, usually forged or cast metal, with a flattened top surface upon which another object is struck or worked. Universal surface gauge is a dimensionless measuring tool made of steel, generally used to transfer measurements to a workpiece by scribing or etching a line. Filing flat and square. Next, let us learn the procedure for filing flat and square while maintaining the sizes within plus or minus 0.5 mm. The procedure of filing flat and square has three main steps. They are: Step 1. Preparation of a workpiece. Step 2. Filing. Step 3. Checking and evaluating. Now, let us look at each of these steps in detail. The first step is the preparation of workpiece. This step involves checking the raw material size using steel rule. Hacksaw the excess material if the available raw material is 3 mm larger than the required size. The next step is the initial filing process using bastard file. File all sides mutually perpendicular to each other. Apply marking media. Mark the required dimensions using appropriate tools as per the drawing. First, clean the surface plate. Set the Jenny caliper to 70 mm using a steel rule. Place and hold the flat workpiece firmly on the surface plate and mark the witness lines 70 mm by 70 mm using Jenny calipers. Now, place the marked workpiece on the anvil and with the help of dot punch and hammer, make the witness marks on the marked lines. Now, hold the marked workpiece in a bench vise properly by maintaining the level with the help of a tri-square. File using dead smooth or smooth file and remove the excess material on one side with reference to the witness marked line. Again, repeat the process on the adjacent side to achieve required squareness on workpiece of 70 mm by 70 mm by 18 mm by maintaining the size plus or minus 0.5 mm. Now, let us move on to the checking and evaluating stage. Check the size with vernier calipers. Check the squareness and flatness using a tri-square. Clean and apply the oil and preserve it for evaluation.
To recap, we have learned to identify the appropriate tools, mark the workpiece as per the drawing, file the workpiece to the required size, check the flatness and squareness of the workpiece using a tri-square. So that's all about marking, filing flat square and checking using tri-square. Hope you have understood all the concepts. See you in the next session.